All right, what's up? It's Rhonda Taylor with Pull Up with Rhonda Taylor, and this week's topic is when the crowd stops. Pull up! Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back. Guess where I'm at? The skate house, the hottest skating rink in the city. But listen, girl, yes. It's been rough. You know why? Because I don't look like what I be going through, right? Saturday night is the end of our week. It's always crowded, 3 sessions, birthday parties, kids everywhere, giant rockets, parents, drinks, food. Just a good time, right? It's like a big family reunion every week for me. But once the last family leaves, last employee leaves, I'm in here and I'm looking around because I really don't never leave because there's still something always for me to do, right? I'm always thinking about the mortgage, the rent, the bills, the tuition, the equipment, the like marketing strategy, all the things, right? So it's okay to talk our shit, but it's I think it's more effective when we talk about the shit that people really don't want to talk about. You know, paying down on the bills and not paying the bill off, right? Paying towards something and not paying it all the way off. I used to think that. So first of all, I need to always remind you, I come from government contracting. I'm used to 5-year term contracts, millions of dollars, right? To go to a B2C, business to consumer business, that I better be glad if I make a couple $1,000s. And entrepreneurs, bosses, CEOs, founders, y'all got to understand what I'm saying, because in your head, you count every head that come through, every mouth that's opening, whether they're drinking, whether they're eating, whether they're saying they want something, you count, oh, that's $1, that's $1. And then at the end of the night, you got your close of the day report, and them like, you're like, damn, man, there's like 1,000 people in here, you know what I'm saying? So these are the things that people don't glorify this part. But if you already at the bottom, ain't no further you going down. You got to go up from there. So that's when I think about the power of the pivot, right? Everybody talks about the good parts about it, but I'm finna talk my shit to you and tell you, listen, I need a bailout. Most times, I don't look like what I'm going through, I may do, because I done gained a little weight, but it's muscle. I wear it well, but I be needing somebody to come get me. You know what I mean? I got this smile, and I love it because I'm an optimistic person. But just as optimistic as I am, I still be doubting some stuff, right? My first time going back to church in like 15 years, I was invited to church by a friend of mine. I'm a name drop. I'm gonna just say her first name, Tanisha. I met Tanisha some months ago at an organization for non-for-profits, and she's such a sweet lady. But I went to church, and I was like, you know what? I could do this. Then I got to thinking while I was at church, looking around, it's something going on. Because I remember when I used to go to church quite often some years ago, church would be packed. I mean, you almost got to sit on somebody's lap in the church. So then I get to thinking, while I'm at church, and I probably shouldn't do this, but I do it. Everywhere I go, I'm counting, trying to figure out, am I the only one where, sales go up, they go down? It's like a roller coaster, right? Well, church was like that. The church probably capacity was probably like, probably 200, maybe 150. And they had about 50 people there, maybe 30, including the choir. So less people, less tithes, less offerings, less this, less that. To the point the pastor started talking about, he giving people 90-day notices. I said, well, I'm glad it's my first day. I'm finna get fired from the church, Lord Jesus. Listen, I like to get fired from the church because of tithes. So I got to thinking, I did tithes though. Anytime I go to church, I tithe. Because tithes just isn't money, currency. It's good deeds. Good deeds don't go unseen and go unlooked. Put that on, argue with somebody else, that's the truth. Google it, ask your AI, I don't care. But that's why I left the church, because the pastor told me, you got 50 more. And I'm thinking, no, the fuck, no, I don't. Excuse me, sir. That's all I got. So I'm back at the church 15 years later. And they saying the same thing with less congregation. Listen here. Look here, America. I don't give a damn if you're white, you're black, you're blue, you're on a spectrum. What the hell do you do when everything is silent? The crowd leaves. They ain't calling no more. Barely pulling up, barely reposting. What do you do? Lean into the power of your pivot. And doing a pivot does not mean that you failed. What you realize is something wasn't working. So once we start being intentional and being more effective, then the crowd will come back. But we know we don't fall into that, oh, they love me. No. They ain't gonna love me because I'm popular. They gonna love me because I got something that they need first and something that they want. So then all of my needs and my wants are done too, right? The bills are paid. I ain't gotta pay on it. I ain't gotta pay on it or towards it. I can pay it, right? They can get what they need. I can get what I need. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. I am Rhonda Taylor with the Pull Up with Rhonda Taylor podcast, and I am telling you, America, it is okay. And it one day, y'all gonna look at this podcast and be like, how she know that? Because I'm right here in this MF with you, right? So I say that to say this. No matter what we do, no matter what you do, you have got to dig down deep inside of you and pull up for you, because ain't nobody else gonna do it. And they gonna leave. It's just, my mom always said this about a funeral. They'll be around. They gonna bring this. They gonna check on you. They gonna do this. They gonna do all this stuff. But when it get quiet, that's when you got to think about the pivot. That's when you got to really think about how you're going to grieve. And when you're going to grieve, it never stops. Pivoting ain't going to stop. Grieving ain't going to stop. Growing ain't going to stop. Expanding ain't going to stop. And long suffering ain't going to stop. This is part of life. So I ain't preaching. I'm just telling y'all. I've been going through some things. And it ain't even going through. I've been going through life. But the point of doing this podcast is to take you all on a journey with me. Because some seem to think that I got it all figured out. No, I just wear it very well. Just as much as my blessings, I wear them well as well. I wear my failures well. I wear my success well. And I also appreciate the ability to be able to make decisions, be able to get in my vehicle and drive, go to my house and turn the key, turn the water on, turn the lights on, be able to have an organization that is in the community for the community, and also being intentional about my time and who I'm spending my time with and who I'm loving on, right? I did not ask to be a giant rocket's mother, but I wouldn't change that for nothing. So I'm telling you this. Make sure you do it with intentions, no matter what it is. And if somebody got something to say about it, they ain't doing enough. Make sure you master and be selfish about you and your pivot. And be sure to subscribe, follow, and share this with somebody. They need this. I am Rhonda Taylor. I'm signing off. Boom. Bye.